UFC closes out 2011 with a bang. On Friday, December 30th, from the Las Vegas MGM Grand Garden Arena, it's a collision of two of the biggest heavyweights in UFC history. Former Strikeforce heavyweight champion Alistair Overeem will make his UFC debut as the Demolition Man sacrifice against the former UFC heavyweight champion. Lesnar versus Overeem, Friday, December 30th. Tickets are on sale now and available at Ticketmaster.com.
What's up, Southern California? How are you today? I'd like to thank the press and all the fans for turning up today. This is pretty cool. Obviously a huge weekend for us. First time ever on network television. And usually around this time we're usually doing a Q&A or something like that, but this fight on Saturday is not only very important for the sport, the brand, et cetera, but it's very important for the heavyweight division. The winner of the fight on Saturday between Junior Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez, whoever is the heavyweight champion, will fight the winner of Brock Lesnar versus Alistair Overeem. So let's kick this thing off. Who has the first question? Oh, I meant from the media. I'll get to you later. Hold on a second, Dave. Go ahead, try and talk into that thing again.
Okay, Alistair, this is Dave Meltzer, Yahoo Sports. Can you kind of describe what happened when you had the foot injury and when did it happen and the recovery?
I mean the rib injury.
Rib injury?
Well, that happened before the Verdum fight already, but it actually aggravated in the Verdum fight. I broke my rib, and that caused me to withdraw from the Strikeforce tournament. Well, as you may or may not know, there's been a little scuffle after. But I'm very happy and very proud to now join the UFC family. And I'm ready to get it on.
For Brock over here in the back. Brock, how long after your surgery did you feel like your old self? Did you feel back to 100%?
I didn't hear a word he said.
He said, let me translate for him. How long after your surgery did what?
Did he feel like, how long did it take after the surgery for you to feel like your old self back to 100%?
About 6 hours.
I'm just going to stand up here for effect. And was there any doubt prior to the surgery that your career might be over?
No, I just was looking to feel better. I was reaching out. You know, I avoided the surgery for as long as I could. And it was just a major decision. I mean, when you got to go under the knife and have some of your intestines removed, it's a pretty big deal. And hindsight 2020, I'm back, and I feel good.
And just one more follow-up. What do you think of Alistair Overeem as a fighter? He has said some pretty bold things, saying that he's going to kick your butt and whatnot. What do you think of him as a fighter and what he's done as of late?
Alistair's done a lot of good things overseas, and I think he's had a lot of fights, and it's an honor for me to get in the octagon to kick his ass.
Question for Brock. A lot of people made a big deal out of seeing a video of you looking a little slimmer. People thought that maybe you were leaned out a little bit. Thanks. That's right. I mean, were you aware of that people were really concerned about that? And I mean, what are you weighing right about now?
What am I weighing right now?
Yes.
About 278.
So not slimmed down then, is what you're saying.
Sorry for the disappointment, but it's far from, it's the real deal. I mean, it is what it is.
Then this question is for you. How do you feel about having the best 4 heavyweights in the MMA world, 2 fighting tomorrow, and these 2 guys fighting December 30th?
No, it's very exciting. I've said for a while now, the UFC's heavyweight division has never looked better. It's never been more exciting. And now with the addition of Alistair Overeem here too, the big fight this weekend on Fox, and then this one, you know, we got 3 great heavyweight fights lined up, and yeah, I'm pretty pumped.
Hey. How you doing?
Hello.
Caesar with El Octágono. This is for Alistair Overeem. We know that the secret and part of your diet is shark and horse meat. The question is, do you catch them or do you go to a market store? Do you catch them yourself?
Well, I'm too busy training and doing all the other stuff, so I basically just buy them.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead.
Hey, this is for Alistair. Alistair. Did you decide where you're gonna at which gym? How long you been? How long you gonna be at the Extreme Couture?
Well, right now I'm fighting out of Extreme Couture. I recently just moved to the States and just getting to know my way around. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay there, but for now, I'm very happy over there. They would basically welcome me with open arms, and just kind of a good camp so far.
Questions for Dana. Can you talk about just the significance of having Brock back? Obviously, there's a lot of excitement to have him back in the UFC and healthy again.
Yeah, when we went through that whole mess when he was sick, you know, like I said back then when it was happening, as long as this guy's healthy and he's going to live a normal, quality life, that's what we were the most worried about. And obviously now that he's back, I mean, think about it. I said it back then. Imagine the heavyweight division with Brock Lesnar gone. It would suck. He's back. I'm happy. You know, we're going to put on. We've got 3 great heavyweight fights coming up now. So yeah, I'm more than happy to have Brock back.
So that said, I know that these things are hard to predict. You know, you got to see how fights work out. But do you kind of have a goal in mind of how many times you would like Brock to fight next year? I mean, what would be a perfect scenario for you?
I don't know. We got to go fight by fight and see what happens, and you know, get this fight done on Saturday, and then on to this one and see what happens next. Who knows? Love you too, man.
For Alistair over here in the back, you obviously have a pretty big experience advantage over Brock. Do you think that's going to play into the fight that you guys have in December?
Experience advantage, yes I do. I believe about 10 times as much. I'm going to tear this guy apart, piece by piece.
And I think the next appropriate question would be for Brock. Brock, what's your response to something like that? Come on, you got to say something, brother.
Nothing. I'm happy for you. That's all. I'm happy for you. I didn't even hear what he said. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here for the show.
Brock, have you had to make any lifestyle changes since the surgery? Have you had to make any changes?
Have I made any lifestyle changes?
Have you had to do anything different with diet, with the way you train, anything at all after such a big surgery?
No, yeah.
That was a no?
I eat ground beef.
And what do you think of Overeem training with Extreme Couture? Because you have a relationship with Randy. You've trained with him in the past after fighting him. Were you at all surprised that he chose Extreme Couture considering your relationship with them?
No, it's a free country, man. He can train where he wants. It ain't gonna really matter, I don't think.
Okay, and one for Dana. This fight is taking place on a Friday. It's been a while since we've had a UFC on a Friday night. What is the UFC going to have to do? You talked about educating the audience from going from 10 to 9 p.m. What are you going to have to do to educate the people that this is actually happening on a Friday, not a Saturday?
I think this fight's going to have a lot of buzz behind it. People are going to know when it is. There's this gap from mid-December leading up through New Year's where people are off work, people are home. People are going to be ready to see this fight. They're going to know it's on Friday night. We think it's the perfect date. We couldn't go on Saturday because New Year's in Vegas is crazy and the hotels are all packed. So I think we're going to do just fine with this fight on Friday night.
Marcus with MMA Net. This question is for you, Alistair. Were you disappointed coming in as the Strikeforce and K1 champion that you didn't get a title shot right away, or you're fine with that?
Well, UFC offered me a title shot straight away, but as you might know, I'm a fighter who likes to stay active. And if I had to wait for the title shot, that meant I had to stay inactive for another, 4 to 6 months. So they came up with a solution, fight Brock New Year's Eve. Immediately I said yes.
And a question for both of you, predictions for tomorrow night, and also if it's one particular opponent that you'd rather face.
Well, it's going to be a very exciting fight. Two of the best athletes in the world. It's going to be hard to predict the winner, though. I would slightly go for Kane. I think he's more rounded, better cardio, better wrestling, so slight advantage to Kane.
My prediction, I'm going to have to go with Velasquez.
Quick question for Brock. Brock, obviously you just picked Kane. That's what I was going to ask you. But assuming you probably got to know Junior pretty well on The Ultimate Fighter, can you just talk about him in the months you spent with him?
I didn't hear the end of that either. What'd you say at the end?
I was basically just asking your thoughts on Junior from getting to know him through The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. Oh, we're BFFs now. What do you want? Seriously?
Go ahead, make it a good one.
Question for Dana. Question for you, Dana. How important is the return of Brock Lesnar for your primary business and pay-per-view, and going into this year, and end of this year, and going into next year?
It's big. Having the best heavyweights available fighting in the UFC is a big deal. It's like I said to the guy who asked me this earlier. It's this is the best time ever for the heavyweight division. Couldn't be more exciting. Karen, did you have a question? Go ahead, sweetie.
I'm sorry, my voice is a little rough today. Question for you, Brock. I know Pat Barry is training with you. I'm just curious.
Hey.
I'm just curious who you can bring in.
The ladies talking here, fellas.
Thank you, sir. Who you bring in to replicate Alistair? He's such a big, powerful man. I'm just curious who you bring in for your training partners besides Pat Barry to get you ready for him.
I think that you asked me who are my training partners?
Yeah, I know Pat Barry is with you, right?
Well, I don't think it gets much better than Pat Barry. I mean, he's a guy that has helped me out extremely. I just haven't. We're bringing a bunch of guys in. Probably nobody no-name guys, but we're just trying to. I'm just trying to build my confidence and my stand-up and to be a well-rounded fighter and to come back and win this fight and to win the UFC Heavyweight Championship back. That's my dream. That's my dream.
All right, I'm going to take one more question.
once again for Alistair Overeem. We know that you have a friend in LA, Anthony Hardknock. Are you gonna go to the grand opening at Sunday? Dynamics?
Excuse me, I'm not understanding what you're asking.
Yeah, I don't understand the question either.
Are you gonna go to
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give me a minute here. Let's hear what this guy. Go ahead.
You got a friend, Anthony, yes? Hardknock.
Anthony Hardknock?
Yeah. Are you gonna go to the grand opening of the Dynamics martial art gym?
Am I going to the grand opening of the Dynamics? That's a funny question.
On Sunday.
I'm not decided yet. First time I hear about it, but thanks for asking.
All right, I'm gonna go to the fans now. We'll ask a couple of fan questions. Listen, wait. Do not ask me about tickets or anything like that. Only ask a question if you have a good question for the fighters.
Hey, Danny, how you doing?
How are you?
Martin. Thank you for bringing UFC to Fox. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Even though I can watch the fight for free, I'm still going. I got a question for Brock. Hey, Brock, if you would ever fight Cain Velasquez again, what would you do different? Oh, and Dana, I got something for you.
All right, cool. We'll take that.
If I fought Cain, or let's rephrase that, when I fight Cain again. When I cross that river and when I get there, we'll do things differently. I'll probably try to slow the fight down a little instead of running and gunning the fight. That's probably what I'd do different to start the fight.
Good question. Go ahead, my man.
I'm a very big fan of Overeem, and I'm just wondering, what have you done to prepare for your conditioning with Brock Lesnar?
Well, not that much different from any other fight. I have my cardio routines. What Brock does is basically pretty straightforward, so big wrestle guys. I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna be ready. Trust me.
All right, you guys, thank you very much for coming out to this press conference. We'll see you later at the weigh-ins. I'm gonna